We live in a world connected by Wi-Fi, yet divided by misunderstanding, where I can speak to someone across the globe in a matter of seconds, but struggle to understand the person sitting next to me. It's strange, isn't it? We've never been so interconnected and yet still so far apart. That is why the way we think about difference, diversity, and belonging matters more than ever. Because if we don't foster multiculturalism, the world will grow smaller, not in size, but in spirit. For some of us, difference might feel like a threat to our way of life, that our traditions, culture, and opportunities may be lost. That's natural, and I have felt that too. But have you ever looked up at the night sky and admired the countless stars that fill it? Imagine our society as space. Every person is an individual star, a story, a light. Alone, a star shines faintly, but together we form constellations, patterns, connections, beauty. Lose a star and part of our design disappears. Now, you might worry adding too many stars will change the sky too much, and I completely understand. But the truth is, the sky doesn't shrink, it expands. Every star we include makes our constellations brighter, richer, and more alive. Good morning, senior secondary students and faculty. My name is Amelie Dunford, and I'm delighted and honored to be presenting to the future of our nation at this year's school-based TEDx. Embracing multiculturalism is not merely a moral choice, but a generational one. Today, we will explore 3 ways diversity shapes our world: by enriching student learning, fueling economic innovation, and helping to cultivate global citizens, the cornerstone of our future humanity. Now, a little background on me. I spent the first 14 years of my life traveling. I was born in Rome and raised across developing countries in Asia and East Africa. And growing up overseas, immersed in diverse cultures, taught me what no textbook could. Learning is richer when it is shared across differences. At my old school, International Day was not just a celebration, but rather a lesson in empathy and understanding. Students from over 65 nationalities transformed our campus into a sparkling constellation of cultures. The rhythm of Nigerian drums and Indian Bollywood music echoed through the halls. Laughter wove between languages mostly foreign to me, and yet somehow I felt like I belonged. Desks overflowed with food, sushi beside samosas, French crepes beside Tanzanian ugali. Each dish a story, each student's plate a canvas of blended cultures. I saw firsthand how interacting with different cultures made learning more engaging, more memorable, and more meaningful. And frankly, the research backs this up. According to a report published by the prestigious Princeton University, the correlation between diversity in a classroom and academic success is irrefutable. The report discussed the findings of a national study of 184 US colleges, examining the work ethics and achievements of students interacting with diverse peers. The data revealed higher intellectual engagements and stronger academic skills. Simply, exposure to different cultures not only cultivates connection, but also helps students think more critically, develop analytical skills, and fuels their drive to achieve and pursue further study. So, what does this mean for you? As senior students, you deserve the best learning experience a school can offer. One that prepares you not just for tests, but for the world beyond this campus. When your classroom reflects a diverse array of cultures and voices, learning extends beyond facts. You develop the maturity to navigate differences, address real-world challenges, and forge meaningful connections. Wouldn't you all appreciate the opportunity to prepare for more than just exams? When you embrace diversity, your learning is preparing you for life. You add your star to the constellations that will shape our future. Now, just as a classroom thrives when every student belongs, Our economy flourishes when every culture has a seat at the table. At its core, multiculturalism is not simply a moral virtue, but it's a national asset. Research conducted by Forbes magazine depicts that companies in the top quartile of ethnic diversity are 35% more likely to financially outperform their competitors. Why? Because inclusivity drives efficiency. Diverse teams make decisions twice as fast with half the number of meetings. These dynamic teams can spot blind spots and innovate solutions that no single perspective could reach alone. Ask yourself, when you join the workforce, do you want to operate in teams that are slow and uniform, or ones that think faster, solve smarter, and are innovating constantly? Right here in Australia, immigrants make up 1/3 of all small business owners, contributing billions to national growth each year. These entrepreneurs create jobs and open doors to international markets that may have otherwise remained closed. But their impact doesn't stop there. The money generated by immigrant-run businesses circulates throughout the wider community, paying local wages, funding schools through taxes, and revitalizing stagnant industries. Every cafe, corner store, and startup founded by an immigrant business owner becomes a ripple in a much larger community of shared prosperity. In fact, studies conducted by the Settlement Council of Australia prove that immigrant-founded companies are more likely to support and employ young Australians entering the workforce. Their success does not replace ours. It multiplies it. So, when we talk about multiculturalism as an economic advantage, we're not talking about abstract figures. We're talking about real people. People building the kind of economy you'll soon inherit, one that is open, resilient, and globally connected. However, society often reduces multiculturalism to a box that needs ticking, not a philosophy. An annual festival, not a commitment. A global citizen sees beyond their postcode. They understand empathy, curiosity, and cultural awareness are just as important as intelligence or ambition. These are the skills needed to navigate the challenges of our century: climate change, artificial intelligence, and international conflict, issues that no one nation can solve alone. That is why raising global citizens is no longer optional. It is essential. According to the Lowy Institute, 53% of Australians believe immigration levels are too high. That's where you come in. Being a global citizen means questioning what you read, confronting bias in the media, and refusing to let misinformation shape your worldviews. Multiculturalism is not a static noun, but an active verb. It demands your participation. So, what do? We evolve. We evolve by confronting prejudice wherever it hides, in our schools, our social feeds, and yes, even our dinner tables. To the young Australians sitting before me, the authors of our nation's next chapter, I ask, will you choose to see difference as a threat or as an invitation to grow? Will you remain silent bystanders or rise as empowered voices? Your answers will shape the Australia we wake up to tomorrow. Every choice we make, every connection we embrace adds another star to our shared constellation. Together, we build a university of light, opportunity, and understanding. Our sky will be brighter tomorrow because of what we choose to do today. Thank you.